Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm in Redlands and I'm in one of those communities right now that makes you do a double take. One, because it's new construction. Second, because we're in the heart of Redlands. And third, because there's no HOAs for these properties. And I'm not gonna lie, the curb appeal for this type of property is crazy.
Havenwood is a collection of 29 single and two-story single-family homes ranging in size from approximately 2,290 square feet to 3,306 square feet with 4 to 5 bedrooms and a 3 to 4.5 baths.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the showings. I'm gonna go ahead and flip my camera around here. All right, so as I mentioned, we got the two models here that they have that are ready for showing. So you have one called the Lexington, which is the one further back, and then you have the one car here, the Windsor, which is the biggest model. So before we go in, kind of wanted to show you just like the exterior of the property. And what I'll do, guys, too, is at the end of this video, I'll break down a map view of the area so you can kind of see what's around this location, you know, schools, hospitals, you know, nightlife, things to do. And I'll also break down incentives that the community has, HOAs, and if they do or they don't have any metal roofs. You guys will find out at the end of this video. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna walk over to the Lexington model. All right, guys, so the first one we're gonna check out today is the Lexington. It's 2,803 square feet, 2 stories, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, meaning every single bedroom here has its own full bath, and then you got the half bath downstairs. You have a loft, a great room, and it's a 2-car garage. These are starting at $1,059,990. So let's go ahead and check this one out. So obviously here where the sales part is at is where the 2-car garage will go. Not sure what the exterior is on this one, but you know, you have your brick up here, you have your wood paneling here at the top. So let's check this out. All right, so as you first come in, I mean, the biggest thing that I notice is the high ceilings here. So these ceilings are about 19 feet. The rest of the home, it's gonna be about 10-foot ceilings here, 10 foot high. But before we go in here, let's go ahead and start with the first bedroom downstairs. Here is your half bath, okay? So this is the half bath that everyone else would come and use if you have guests over. Okay, so this is the bath. Here is the first bedroom downstairs. Really good size. It has a walk-in closet here. If you go on this section here, you're gonna have its own full bath. Or almost full bath, I should say. So you have your shower, your toilet, and of course your vanity section here. But it's a really good sized room, and it makes it feel even bigger because of the 10-foot ceilings. Okay, let's go ahead and walk towards the main part of the house. So this is what I love here. So these are about 20-foot ceilings is what the sales rep here, Kent, is estimating. So this is what they call the great room. Back in the day, you know, we had like the living room, the dining room, and then the family room. Now, because everything is so open, they just call everything the great room. So this is your great room. So we'll see what it looks like from here, from the kitchen side of it. So as we come into the kitchen, you're gonna have a pantry over here. So you got your pantry. What I love about this too is the big island. You know, I'm a cook and I love a lot of space. This island here is big enough to, you know, to prepare food. You have other counters here, and also entertain people that might be sitting here with their stools. But look at all the cabinet space. One thing they did tell me here at the sales office is that the cabinets, they're only gonna go up this high. So this would be like an upgrade if you wanted that look with the glass here at the top. But yeah, they don't come with that. That'll be an open spot. Also in this model, they have upgraded ovens and microwaves, appliances pretty much, On the other model, we get to see more of the Whirlpool that comes with the actual house. Backsplash, they include the backsplash. Not sure if he said that there's a full backsplash all the way behind here, but I can go ahead and ask on that. So as you walk in here, that's going to be your garage. That's the sales office right now, so that's going to be locked. But you have even more space here to maybe for a little bar setup. Look at the way this looks from here. So you can be out here entertaining. You have your TV on over there. You have family sitting in the sofa. You might have people right there on the dining table, and then people up here in the front. So this is a great look. And again, the ceiling here is what really gets my attention. This looks completely awesome. I'm gonna check out my notes here real quick. The average lot size here is about 11,500 square feet. So you're getting a lot of space here for that price, because a lot of the homes that I shoot over in Ontario and Chino area, those are typically averaging about 8,000 square feet. Let me get my stuff. Which is still a decent size, but 11,000 square foot lots, it's pretty cool. And yeah, some areas may have a bit of a slope like this, but it's just gonna depend on which lot you pick. But look at the side yard here. Look at all this space. A lot of space for entertainment. You can even have those sliding doors open when you have, you know, family or friends over. You got your grill going over here, and a lot of space here for entertaining. Let's check out the other side. So check that out. More space here. And check out that condenser. It's huge for this house. All right, we're back in. Let's go check out the upstairs. And as I come up these stairs, let me know what you guys think of this property, about the price so far on this house. Also, if you're looking to move into the Inland Empire, I get a lot of clients from Los Angeles County, Orange County, wanting to come up here and get something newer like this. Reach out to me. My information is here below. I'd love to be your guy here in anywhere here in the Inland Empire to helping you out. All right, guys, so we're up here. This is the loft. So this would be a good place to, you know, have your kids go up here. The adults are entertaining downstairs. The kids can come up here and, you know, watch their own movies or play video games. Here you have the washer and dryer area. And here's your, bedroom number 2. And I'll say these bedrooms are a good size compared to what I've seen other new construction homes. Got your walk-in closet. And as I mentioned, they all have their bathroom. So here, you got, this one has a full bath. So you got your tub and your shower, toilet area, vanity. All right, we're gonna go across the other way. And here's bedroom number 3. This one is probably the smaller of the 4, as far as I can see. You have your mirror closets, and again, this one full bath. So how cool is that? If you have kids, you don't have kids fighting over how much time they're in the bathroom. Everyone's gonna have their own bathrooms here. All right, so this is gonna take you over to the primary room. And check this out. Really good size too on this one. Got your dual pane windows, several of them here for that natural lighting. Good views here if you're, I mean, at least for this lot. That of course over there is going to lead over to the in-suite. All right, so here you got your vanity section. So they're actually separated. So you have your one here, the other one there, and in between you have your actual tub. All right, so here you have the toilet room area, your shower, and this is the closet that the wife gets to keep. So it's a good sized closet too. What do you guys think? For a home that's $1,059,000, starting at $1,059,000, what are your thoughts on something like this? And again, later in the video, I'm going to break down, special assessments, special taxes. You already know there's no HOAs here, which is actually what caught my attention here to drive all the way here to Redlands. But beautiful home. Again, let me know your thoughts. Look at the view from here. Awesome. All right, we're all set up with this one. We're gonna head on to their bigger model. All right, so we're at the biggest model here. This one's called the Windsor. And just a quick summary, this one's 3,306 square feet. Obviously it's 2 stories, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, a loft, great room with a 2-car garage. And these are starting at 1.99 million. So let's go check it out. Now, in speaking to the sales rep here, Kent, he let me know that the average lot size here is about 10 to 11,000 square feet. They do have other lots that are about 14,000 square feet that are still available. They actually had one that was even bigger on a single-story home. Yeah, just to give you a refresher on that. And not sure if I mentioned it here for the other property. These do have solar panels. I'll give you more information on how many panels, cost of buying versus leasing them, and so forth towards the end of this video. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the inside of this property. But look how massive this one looks. Let's take a look here. Check this out. Beautiful setting. And one thing before we enter, is this is the beauty of living here in Southern California, is that you have a day like today that's going to be 80 degrees. Just last week we had a lot of rain. Not sure if you can see up there, but you'll see the mountains behind this house. You can actually see them over here too, full of snow. So you get a taste of all seasons during one day. So let's go ahead back into this house here again. So this is more of a, I would say more of a traditional layout from this house, from the front, the elevation. All right, you got a single door coming in. And as soon as you come in, I always love these about these homes, is the openness of it. So obviously here is the great room. But before we check out the great room, we're gonna check out the bedroom that's downstairs, okay? So you have the mirror there. This is going to take you upstairs, and this is the first bedroom. But before we enter, check out the closet space here. And it wraps all the way down here. So if you have a lot of stuff to store, perfect place to be storing. If you have small kids, maybe a good fun place for them to, play around, play hide and seek and stuff. Here is the half bath. So this is the one that the guests will be using when they're over your home. And this is the bedroom downstairs. Look how big this is. High ceilings. Again, these are 10-foot ceilings all around the home, throughout the whole home. So you got nice big windows there too. So here it's perfect because if you have, parents that move in with you, they don't have to do the stairs. You have a bedroom downstairs. It's a really good size. They have their own bathroom here. Check out the bathroom too. Again, 10-foot ceilings here as well, all throughout the home. The good thing about this too is if you do have someone that's elderly, they don't have a tub that they have to step over. you know, they could go in straight into the shower. So I think it's a good feature to have, especially here downstairs, and especially nowadays when people are having parents move in with them. So check out this closet here too. Again, 10-foot ceilings here as well, and you do have a pretty good, decent size here of a kickback on there. All right, well, let's check out the rest of this home. So one thing I like showing is I do like showing the model homes, because although you don't get everything that comes with the model home as far as the upgrades and, you know, features, when you do buy your home, this can give you a lot of good ideas of what to put in your home once you own it. Because one thing is, depending on where they're at in construction with these properties, you can do some of these add-ons and features, but I will tell you, it is more expensive. So sometimes you can just do it outside the builder, and you know, with a contractor, and get something similar for probably close to half the price. So just something to think about. But check this out. So this would be the great room. So you have the family room area here, which I'm gonna walk really quick. Look at all the windows here. And check out that sliding door over there. A lot of natural lighting. So over there you got your dining room area, and of course you got your kitchen. So let's just get a feel on how long this is. We're gonna walk across. Look at that. All the way out here to your kitchen. So imagine entertaining here. So you're gonna have family over there by the living room area where the TV's at. You can have people here in the dining area. You can fit, you know, 4 more people here just sitting down, you know, having conversations with you as you're cooking. You can leave that sliding door open, and you have an outside patio there as well, where you could still entertain. So this kitchen, if you're looking at the cabinets here, they told me that the, as we saw in the other house, the cabinets went all the way to the ceiling, but this is how they're gonna be turned over to you when you buy. So it's not gonna go all the way up. So it's gonna be, you're gonna have that little spacing in between. Now, huge kitchen, if you're looking for stuff with a lot of cabinet space, I did a count here. So between cabinets and drawers, you have 45 spots here to be able to store things. Plus, you got the pantry there. So if you're looking for storage, this kitchen has it. And look at all the counter space too. A lot of counter space all around that area there. Plus you have your island. So you got the under lighting under the cabinets. These are the soft closing cabinets too. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with it, so you can never slam these hard. Soft close. Again, a lot of windows here to allow that natural lighting. And I like this one specifically because, you know, as you're doing dishes, instead of staring directly at a wall, you're actually looking outside to your backyard. So you can sit here and wash dishes and daydream a little. Appliances. So the appliances that you'll receive with these homes are these Whirlpool appliances. So these are the ones that actually get turned in with the home that you buy. It's the ones you see here. So you have that, you have a 5-burner cooktop, you got a microwave there and oven, and you got your refrigerator. All right, and here you're gonna have the pantry. So a lot of space here too. Again, 10-foot ceilings here as well. So nothing feels claustrophobic, nothing feels tight, especially in this area here, where you can have a lot of furniture and you don't feel like you're cramped up. Here also, you're gonna have these pendant lights, these light fixtures. These don't come with the home. You're gonna have these kept off here, but it gives you a good idea of what you can add to your home once you buy one. These here, the chandeliers, I do believe they do come. May not be the same style, but you'll have something hanging here. Ceiling fans, they typically don't come with the property in any other room, so it's something that you would add on after. But here, look at this. You got a big tiny table here. This one fits what, 2, 4, 6, 8 people. You can probably make it even bigger than that. And then again, you have the living room area. So I focus a lot on these rooms only because you know, this is where everything happens. You know, when you have family over for Christmas, birthday parties, everything, it happens over here. So you have a lot of room here to entertain. And as I mentioned, the backyard. So let's go ahead and check out the backyard real quick. So if you're having a party, you can open up this sliding door here as well. And now you have access to the people outside as well. And sorry about the noise, they are doing the construction here for the single-story home that they have. But look, you have a nice patio cover here. You can have a setup here. And look at the lot space here. So as I mentioned, the average lot is about a little over 10,000 square feet. So this is kind of, I would say, about 10,000 square feet. But look at the setup here too. And the views are so beautiful. The views are very beautiful. So look at the side yard. You can see most of the house here. One thing I will say is that when you get a home like this too, the backyards are not like this. So you're gonna get nothing but dirt in the back. Maybe you might get some shrubs here against the fencing, but they typically just deliver the homes just all dirt. It's up to your imagination on how you want to recreate things. So, you know, looking at the models gives you a good idea. You got vinyl fencing all around. Also on the, if we're looking at the backyard, the slopes. So some of them have small slopes, kind of like this. They said that this one is probably one with the bigger slope that they've seen. But even those are not too bad, because I've seen some other ones where they tell you you have a 15,000 square foot home. I'm sorry, square foot lot, and then you go to the backyard and half the lot is a slope. Not very usable. But yeah, so this is the backyard. Let's go back inside. Make sure I lock this up. All right, so I love it down here. But let's go check out the upstairs. And guys, as we head on upstairs, I forgot to take my shades off. If you like what you see here, or any of the homes that I present to you throughout the Inland Empire, if you want to make appointments to come and see them, my information is going to be down below. Make sure to contact me. I would love to be your realtor, help you out, whether it's a resale home or a new home, new construction home like this. Okay, so I'll put my information down below. Let's get back to it. All right, so we're here at the loft area. Whew, I didn't think I was gonna be out of breath, but I guess I am. We're closer to the mountains here. So we got the loft area, and this is a little more private than the other one that we saw. The other one was a little open, you know, off the upstairs. You can overlook the great room there. This one's a little bit enclosed, as you can see here where I came up the stairs, but a really good setup here as well. You know, you can have, again, you can have the kids come up here and hang out, watch whatever they want to watch here, play games. All right, so we're gonna walk into this area here. Before we enter here, we have the bathroom. So again, you have a shower, no tub on this one, 10-foot ceilings, look at that. And closet space. So this one has a good walk-in closet. Look at all the space that you get here. And then finally you get into the room. So this would be the bedroom here. And I will say, out of all the bedrooms, I think this will probably be the one that's the one that feels the smallest to me. But even though it feels the smallest, it's still pretty decent. So this one, you're gonna have a door here that enters into this bedroom. Okay. So that wraps around that way. And so that's bedroom number 2. Next up is the laundry room area. So you can't feel claustrophobic here as well. Like, you got a sink, you got cabinet space, a good counter there. You know, if you're pulling stuff out here out of the dryer and you want to fold. So just a lot of space, and you get your natural light for the window. All right, bedroom number 3 here. Now, they didn't design this as like they do the other rooms, This room, the way what they were showing me here is how they frame their homes. So he gave me a big explanation. It's actually a lot of stuff that he gave me that I couldn't really retain. But he was telling me that the framing that they use, most people are going to be using 2x4s. They use 2x6. The type of sheeting that they use to help protect the stucco outside. Here also they primer the stucco. So I don't know if you guys noticed, when you guys go into neighborhoods that are built in the 80s, 90s, some of them even in the 2000s, you'll see that the stucco on the outside, if you look at the bottom part, there's staining. And that's because, you know, when it rains and dirt, it bounces off the floor, hits the stucco, and it creates that stain. So this one is meant for it to last a little longer. I don't know if it's going to prevent it completely, but it'll actually secure it for several more years before you start seeing anything. And also here, the drain piping, they put this little seal around it. Most builders just put the pipe here, they stucco around it, and that's it. So if you ever have leaks, you know, it can actually soak into your stucco and have issues there. So they add stuff like this, little things that they add that actually help out a lot. And because of the type of framing that they do, it allows them to put in 50% more insulation. So that insulation helps, you know, when you have the heating on, when you have the air on, it helps retain. And the biggest thing is that you're able to save on energy costs. So everything is more efficient. So let's circle around here, and they have this whole thing that kind of spins around. More information on the insulation, on what they spray. Also, here I'll just kind of highlight this a little. It's just talking about the quality, how much you're saving, the comfort, and the healthier living. All right, and maybe I'll add more information towards the end of the video about this, because he did give me a lot of info initially when I walked in here. So make sure to highlight this a little bit more. And then I'll look to talk about it more. So it's this and the AC and furnace. Okay. So next, you have another bathroom here. So you have your one sink, and this one has the actual full bath. So you have a shower and tub on this one here. And here is bedroom number 4. So again, a good sized bedroom. Great windows. Look at the views from here. Specifically from this house. You see the mountains out there with snow. So on those rainy days, and after the rainy days, you can see these mountains fill up. So if you guys enjoy the snow, Big Bear is probably about an hour away from here before you can hit the Big Bear and hit the snow out there. It's fun. All right, so here you have a closet, a little walk-in closet as well. Man, I'm telling you, these kids these days, they're so lucky with these closet spaces, because when I was growing up, I had to share a room with my older sister. We had one closet that she took over the whole damn closet, and it was like a little sliding closet too. Now they have walk-in closets. It's crazy. So this is the other area that I was going to talk to you guys about a little bit here. So they have a glass door so you can kind of see through what they have here. When they turn the home in, it's going to be a solid door. You won't be able to see this. But here's your furnace, and this is called a double filtered breath of fresh air. So it's a system that kind of cleans your air as it's coming into the home. What I'll do is I'll talk more about it here towards the end of the video as well, because he did give a lot of information about how these things intake, crisscross each other, and also the reason why the furnace is inside the house. Typically we see these up in the attic, but they're starting to put these more inside the house, because if you have a furnace in the attic, it's already hot up there on those summer days. So it's going to take it some time for it to be able to cool down and start blowing that air to start working properly. Meanwhile, if it's inside the house, it doesn't have to take that long to be able to blow the air onto the home. And this thing filters it, if I remember correctly. But I'll give you guys more information about that towards the end of the video. Before we go in there, closet space here as well. Probably can hide some games here for the loft area. And then finally here is the primary room. So same concept, but this one, a lot of windows, a lot of natural lighting. I have to say it again, 10-foot ceilings. It just makes it feel really nice. Again, you got great views specifically from this home, but it looks like most of these homes are going to have great views, especially these overlooking the mountains over there. But check out the feel of this room. And as I mentioned before, these wouldn't come with the home. Recessed lighting, I don't believe those are going to come with the home either, and for sure not the surround sound. Those are add-ons. But what they do typically do is leave a cap up here, so you can, install your own fixture. All right, and we're gonna walk into the bathroom area. So you got more space here, so a lot of storage space throughout these homes. And you got your shower here, tub. You got your double sinks, big mirror there, and let's see how this tub looks. Sometimes they're really small. That's a decent size, I would say. And then you got the shower right next door. Good size. These doors are probably about, I don't know, maybe about 6.5 feet tall. And then you have your closet. So this is not a small closet either. Look at it as you come in. Look at the kickback, up and down on these. And you have more windows here as well. So it's a big closet. Nice home. And that completes the touring of this model home, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. Which was your favorite home? I actually, if I had to choose between the biggest home and the one that we saw previous, I would say the other home. I just like the feel of that one because as you came in with those, big, 30-foot ceilings that just gave it a different feel. So my opinion, I like the other one better than this one, although this one's really nice as well. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And if you guys are liking these type of videos, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and it'll alert you anytime I put up a new video. All right, I'm gonna head out back downstairs.
All right, guys, so before we get into the map portion of the video, I wanted to share with you guys the 2 single-story homes that they don't have modeled there, okay? So in the video, I was referring to this one as the Plan 1 and the Plan 2. It's gonna be this way. So the Belmont is the Plan 1. That's not featured in the video because there's no model. And the other single story is called a Camden. It's a plan. This is gonna be the Plan 2. So, and we got 3 and 4 here, okay? So they do have single story homes. And let me see here on my notes really quick. So as of yesterday's date, which was February 24th, they have not built the Plan 1 models yet. They have yet to build one. They've had 2 Plan 2s that were built and that are now occupied, and I'll show one here on screen. So the Plan 1 model is 2,296 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and the Plan 2, which is the one that you're seeing here on screen, is called the Camden, and that is 2,484 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. They hope to break ground on Plan 1 soon because they know that the demand for single-story homes are huge right now, anywhere you go. All right, so that is the portion here on this of the video for the 2 single-story homes. I'm gonna go ahead and close that out, and here we're gonna actually get into the map view. Okay, so I'm gonna be referring a lot to my notes here I have on my side. So, all right, so let's talk about the map view and talk about what it's actually like to live here in Redlands, and more specifically in Havenwood community, because we all know that location is everything. So first, we're here in the city of Redlands. Let me zoom out a little bit here. It's the city of Redlands is an established historic city in the Inland Empire. This isn't a brand new city popping up in the middle of nowhere. In fact, a lot of these homes, as I was driving in here, anything on this side of the 10 freeway, and even some of the ones here, these are like 3,000 to I think 5,000 square foot homes, established communities, really, really beautiful area. So Redlands has roots, it has character, and there's actually stuff to do around there. Okay, so let's take a look at the schools. So let's check out Crafton Elementary. And I believe all these schools here are gonna be all within like 7 minutes if you're driving. Let's see if I'm correct here. So the elementary school is 4 minutes away from the community. You have Beazer here, and here's the school. Next up is gonna be Moore Elementary, and this is middle school, I'm sorry. This is gonna be the school that's just down the street. You can actually just walk there. And going back here, so yeah, it's if you're driving, it's a minute away. It's the closest school to the community, so kids can just walk over to the middle school. The next one that we're gonna look at is gonna be Redlands High School. So East Valley High School. And this is probably going to be the one that's the furthest out. So 6 minutes, 6-minute drive. And of course, this all depends on, time and date of everything, okay? So what I want you guys to do is you always want to confirm zoning with the builder and the district. This is in the Redlands Unified School District. But proximity-wise, you're typically looking at short drives, no further than, 6 minutes. Next, we're going to check out the University of Redlands. And let me copy and paste here the address, because for some reason when I was looking for it on Google Maps, it wouldn't pop up, and I want to be able to show you guys exactly where it's at and how far that is. It is 6 minutes away. So you're also close to the University of Redlands, which gives the city a little bit more of that college town energy. It has events, they have sports, performing arts, and just overall, good character. It just feels like you're in a college town when you drive into the area. And I can show you guys here, let's see if you can see a couple more pictures. So even the buildings are historical. If you keep scrolling down, you'll see the campus is very, very beautiful. And maybe we can go back a little bit more for more pictures here. If you guys go to the website here, redlands.edu, it'll give you everything this university has to offer for undergraduates. There's graduate programs, certificate programs. Actually, I had a cousin that graduated from here from psychology. But again, great looking campus, a lot of stuff to do here. All right, so the next thing we're going to look at downtown Redlands. This is where all the fun happens. So now this is where Redlands separates itself from a lot of the Empire cities downtown, and it's because there's actually stuff to do here. Because in the city that I'm in Chino, it's kind of a quiet town. There's not really much to do. You got to go out to Chino Hills if you want to go hang out somewhere. And even Eastvale has a couple of little shops to go out. But that's like the stuff that's the closest. Downtown Redlands, it's about an 8-minute drive. So we're going to scroll down over here. And so here you have spots like the Orange Street Valley. The alley, I'm sorry. Let me show you guys a picture of that. See if it comes up here. It's gonna be... so I'll show you a video here what the Umbrella Alley looks like. Let me lower the volume here so it doesn't get too loud. And if this wants to play anytime, looks like it's not moving, but here there's a bunch of bars, restaurants. We actually went out here to this taco place, what they call Don Orange Tacos. Really good place to go eat. Ended up going to this little bar here. Some of the stuff is like Prohibition style. You can kind of see a peek in there. But just to show you what some of the drinks and food looks like. Let me cancel this here. So here's some of the pictures also. This is, again, Umbrella Alley. They have little spots here to take pictures with some angel wings. The restaurant that we went into was kind of like a prohibition style restaurant. So I'm a whiskey guy, so I was drinking some bourbon, my wife having her drink, and this is the taco spot that we went in there and had some really delicious tacos. But some of the things that you can do here is fun, and it's a whole little town. It's really great, and I'll show you guys just a quick view from a drone footage here. I wasn't able to get too close, but kind of give you a general idea of what's around the area, and also freeways. Alright, so in this town you're gonna have local coffee shops, there's restaurants and breweries, which I mentioned already, boutique shopping, farmers markets, and seasonal events. What I love about this area is that it has walkable, charming, and it has a really cool old town feel. Alright, next up is gonna be supermarkets. So supermarkets here are all gonna be within, depending on where you're gonna go, anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes. So you have stuff like Stater Brothers, Sprouts, Albertsons, Trader Joe's, Target. There is a Costco that's about 15 to 20 minutes away. Let's see if we can spot any of them here. Here's a Schools First Credit Union. Here's your Sprouts supermarket. And down the line, you're gonna see, the Albertsons and so forth. Next is gonna be hospitals. The closest hospital here is going to be one of the big ones, which is Loma Linda Hospital / university as well. So if you have anybody in your family that's looking to be a doctor or anything in the medical field, a great university to go to. Plus, it has its own hospital here. You have Redlands Community Hospital that's also nearby. So you got major healthcare options right in this area. Next, what we're going to look at is the actual highways. So let me close out of this. Go back here to Beazer, and if I zoom out, you're going to see all the highways that you'll see around the area. So the nearest ones are going to be the 10 freeway, the 210 freeway, and which is not too far from the 215 that's up here in this area. So whether you're commuting west towards LA, heading south towards San Diego, or just up to the mountains, you're positioned really well. So if you go down here, it's about probably a 2-hour drive to San Diego. Let's check that out. Again, all this is going to depend on time and day. So yeah, it's about, right now it's showing about 2.5 hours towards San Diego. Let's just say if you're going down to LAX, showing about 2 hours right now. And then you have areas like Disneyland. About this time, right now it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, February 25th, about 3:30 p.m. So all these little red marks here is just traffic. So about an hour and a half away from Disneyland. And lastly, we can check out Big Bear, which is probably going to be your closest location here. Maybe about an hour and a half, an hour and 3 minutes from Havenwood over here to Big Bear. So if you enjoy the mountains, whether if you want to hang out there in the snow or just to get out of town, great location to be here. I love going to Big Bear and any of these other spots like Lake Arrowhead, Crestline, all fun spots. All right, so I hope this kind of helps you kind of figure out where we are as far as location-wise, and how centralized we are to some locations, right? So what I like about Redlands is this. I like it because it has an established charm. There's already established great neighborhoods here, great schools. Again, you want to check out the school ratings, but it's really highly rated school district. You have a real good downtown, hospital access, freeway access, and you're still within striking distance of everything Southern California has to offer. So you feel connected and without it feeling too chaotic. All right, so let's jump back into the community and wrap things up.
All right, so because they did get busy right now, we're gonna have some people probably walking in through. I'm gonna go over the pricing really quick, okay? So one of the Plan 1 models is called the Belmont. It's 2296 square feet, single story, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, great room, 2-car garage. Those are starting at $999,990. The Camden is another one also that don't feature here a model. That one's 2,484 square feet. Again, single story, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, with an office, a great room, and 2-car garage. And that one's going for $1,039,990. The Lexington, which is the first one that I showed you here, that one's 2,803 square feet, 2-story, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, a loft, great room, and the 2-car garage. Those are starting at $1,059,990. And finally, the one I'm in right now, the Windsor. This is 3,306 square feet, 2-story, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 4.5 baths, sorry, a loft, a great room that I'm in right now, and 2-car garage. And these are starting at $1,099,990. Now, average lot size is about 11,500. Okay, they do have bigger lots reaching up to 14,000 square foot lots. Right now they have about, going to the single story homes, they have about 6 of those available. They're not even under construction yet, but those will be available sometime this year. I do have a map here that I'll probably put here on the screen that kind of shows you what's been sold and what's available right now and which of those have the biggest lots. And looking at this right now, I'm seeing one of the planned ones at 18,000 square foot lots, which is crazy. Sun-run solar panels for these homes. So the biggest one here has 11 panels. The other homes are going to have 10 panels. If you want to purchase those, they're going to be all close to about $30,000. But if you decide just to do a PPA, it's kind of like a lease. Those are about $155 monthly. And for the biggest one, it's about $170 monthly on this one. All right, so the last thing, HOAs, no HOAs on this property. This is like the biggest thing about this community. It has no HOAs, and then the special tax, the Mello-Roos, CFD, whatever you want to call it, it's 1.4%. So that's really low compared to everything we see in areas like Chino Hills, Eastvale, and even now like the Temecula area where they're going at about 1.8. In some cases I've seen some of them at 2 and a little over 2%. So that changes your payment significantly. So this one being at 1.4, no HOAs, is great. Now, because it does not have an HOA, there's no clubhouse, there's no tennis courts, there's no like parks, any of that stuff. So it keeps it pretty simple. All right, so I'm gonna cut this short because there's gonna be people walking in right now. So if you guys are interested in viewing this builder, this community, or any of the communities that are in the Inland Empire, make sure to reach out below. I have my information there, phone number. You can contact me, text me, or email me. All right, guys, that's the Havenwood update here in the city of Redlands. Now, here's something I forgot to mention earlier. It's kind of a biggie. Right now, they're offering up to $45,000, and in some cases, even $50,000 in incentives. Now, that's money that can be used towards rate buydowns, closing costs, or even price adjustments. It all depends on the situation. So that can make a big difference in your monthly payment. If you want the current price sheet, available lots, and the breakdown of what the incentives actually does to your payment, reach out. My info is on the screen. And if you're new here, like, subscribe, tap the bell. I post weekly SoCal new build tours, and I'll see you guys on the next video.